Today we're out here in Copper Falls checking out these two beautiful homes located in Buckeye, Arizona. This community is going to be perfect for somebody who's looking for an affordable option. This home right here is $475 and almost 3,000 square feet. This one right here is going to have options for close to $435, which is just an amazing price, plus a lower interest rate, plus your closing costs covered, plus washer, dryer, fridge, and blinds. So if you've been wanting to learn more about this community, we're gonna check out these two different floor plans, and I'm gonna tell you guys what it's like living here in Buckeye, Arizona. Let's go ahead and get this video started. Okay, starting out here with our first home. This one is going to be 2,113 square feet, 4 beds with a den, which is great. It has 2.5 baths, and it's going to have your standard 2-car garage. First, I want to point out too, this little keypad, they do come standard with their homes, which is really nice, as well as the Ring doorbell. It's not an actual ring, but you get what I'm saying. It's like the one with the camera, and you can kind of record and whatnot. I love that, especially the keypad. That is a must for any home that I own, because I got used to that at my old house, and I don't even carry a key on me because that's so convenient. So right when you walk in, you have a somewhat open hallway space. I like how they kind of utilized it the best that they could. It's a little bit thinner right here, but still thick enough right here where it feels open and inviting. It also has a little space for kind of a drop-all station, which I like. On the right-hand side, you're gonna have your first bedroom. Good size. This is a queen bed, nice chunky nightstands again. They upgraded the carpet in this one. I'm gonna include the packages so you guys can see exactly what those look like. Every home is gonna be slightly different. They have about 6 packages available. He did let me know that majority of the time the spec homes that are available are gonna have those top 3 packages. Here is the first full bathroom. It has the double sinks. It has the door that separates the toilet and the tub shower combo, which I love. They also have 8-foot doors in here, so you can tell again by the hinges. It has 4 different hinges here. Now we have our next bedroom, slightly smaller, but still really great size, nothing to complain about. And then you also have your garage entry right here. So that's gonna be your 2-car standard garage. This is just gonna be a coat closet. And then you have a drop-all station, so you can kind of do something like they have here. Or you could do, I've seen people do like the built-in cabinets below. So again, it's just another, like this would be more decorative, and this would just be all your stuff, like your purse. And I don't have that now, and I really wish I did. Coming down the hallway a little bit further, on the left-hand side from there, you're gonna have your half bath, which is great again for guests. I love this feature. Now we have our third bedroom, by far the biggest bedroom. So that's probably a full, but I would guess you could easily fit a queen, just do a little bit smaller nightstands, and you still have space for the dresser over here. Then you have your laundry room across from there. They did upgrade it with the cabinets. You have your cabinets here, and then also additional cabinetry up top, which I really enjoy. And I also like that it's not connected to the garage area, so you have plenty of space to do whatever you need to do. So here we are in the kitchen space. Love the amount of cabinets. So you have tons of cabinets here and all along here. Plenty of storage, which is very, very important. I like how the fridge still has it's like kind of built in, which I love. Sometimes when we're thinking about trying to stay as affordable as possible, things kind of slip through the cracks, but I've noticed with this builder, they still have tons of upgrades in it, which I really love. This home does have 3 different spec homes that are available, and they're gonna be priced at different price points. So we have one at $430, one at $435, and then one at $450. All of those are gonna range in pricing based off of location, the different packages that it may or may not have. So for example, just so you guys can know, we have Essential B is one of them. We have Enhanced B, and then we have Enhanced B again. So those ones, the Essential B, I'm guessing is gonna be their most affordable package. That's why that one is the $430 price point. But just so you guys kind of know, they only do specs at this community and at this builder in general. New Home Co. is a really great spec builder. I like and enjoy a lot of their floor plans that they do have. And again, they just keep it really affordable, which is great. So again, here's a look from kind of where the pantry space is. Tons of cabinetry, which I love. Pull out trash can, which is nice. A little spice one, or you could use this for like cutting boards, which is great. Again, just utilizing the space that you have. This is an electric community, so you'll see it's just an electric stovetop, microwave up top, and then they did do the 42-inch upper cabinets, which is nice. So it doesn't have, you know, your quote unquote gourmet kitchen where it has the built-in ovens and whatnot, but they kept it really nice still with the 42-inch upper cabinets, which I love. And I actually really like this cabinet color. It's like it's coming off a little bit darker on camera. It's kind of like an in-between, like a tannish brown, which I really enjoy. Here is your living space. So plenty of space here. You could have probably utilized this even a little bit better by doing a big sectional instead here, and then maybe even doing 2 little ottomans or seats on the other side. But again, plenty of space. Here is their definition of a den on this one. It's more like a glorified storage closet in my opinion, but you guys can be the decider of that. This, I mean, it does work for a little office. Doesn't have any windows, so I wouldn't call it a room at all, but it does have a light, which is nice. And so if you need a space where honestly this could be perfect for certain families that all they do is work from home, they just need a little tiny space where they can close the door and get away from the kids and whatnot, this would be perfect for you guys. Here's the dining space. This is a 6-seater table. You might be able to get away with 8. And then for the backyard, every lot is gonna be slightly different, but I think this is a really good example of the lot size that you can get. Just remember, it's all gonna be dirt and you have to hire somebody to customize the backyard for you. Even like these pavers, that is not included. It's gonna be your standard concrete. This one's nice because it does have the extended patio, and it's also like a thicker patio. I've noticed a lot of the times, my house included, the patio is really long, but it's just not wide enough. This is a perfect amount of width where you can fit plenty of furniture in here and it's still like really nice. Here is kind of the grass and rock space. Again, it's gonna be dirt. You guys will have to upgrade and add the plants and the irrigation and all of that stuff. So just be prepared for that in the budget. This community is offering a 4.99% interest rate right now, which is great. And then you're also gonna get your closing costs covered, which is about $11,000. Coming down here, we have our primary bedroom. Great size primary, plenty of space again. I don't really need a massive primary bedroom. I feel like this is the perfect amount of space. You guys can let me know down below. Here's your primary bathroom. So it has the walk-in shower, toilet space. Here's your bathroom countertop. So you still have quartz countertops, which is really pretty. The black fixtures, which I love. It still has the executive height cabinets. So it's not like the tiny little mini cabinets that are in kids' bedrooms. Here is linen closet. If you need a lot of storage, this is perfect. And then your actual main closet, they have a little sensor on it. Plenty of space in here. I don't know how you guys fill up those closets that are massive. I have nowhere near that amount of clothes. Even though my husband likes to beg to differ, he says that I have so many clothes. I'm like, I have nowhere near how many clothes some people have. So if you guys need a super big closet, comment down below. I'm always curious on why people need such a big space for closets. I would rather have a bigger bedroom or a bigger living room, but you guys let me know what your opinions are. So we have another home to check out. This one is going to be the biggest one available. So 2,712 square feet, 4 beds, loft, flex space, 3.5 baths, and a 3-car tandem garage, which is great. If you're not familiar with what a 3-car tandem is, it's gonna be where you have your 2-car garage. It's gonna essentially look like a 2-car garage from the outside, but it's gonna have that extra storage space so you can go 2 deep on cars if you want, or again, you can use it as storage, whatever works best for you and your family. And they're gonna have a few different of those specs. Let's see. We have one spec actually available, and that's gonna be at $475. $475 is really good for a almost, what I say, 3,000 square foot home, 2,700 square feet. So I feel like that's really good. They also do have some in between floor plans as well. So they're gonna have one that's 2,300. They're gonna have one that's 2,500. Both of those have 4 bedrooms. One of them is gonna be a 2-story with a flex space. And those are gonna range from $450 to about $475 as well, depending on the package again that you pick. But let's go ahead and head to the next house. Okay, here is the exterior of the next one. It's kind of hard to tell, but it is a 2-story. You just really can't tell from this angle. And again, they do have one available for $475. It's gonna be a slightly different color package, but again, depending on what you're looking for or when you're looking, they may have the white cabinet one available, they may have the gray one available. Who knows at that exact moment. I really like how it has this kind of like long entry into the front door here. And again, same concept. It has the little keypad, the Ring doorbell camera coming in. They also have these in tons of different areas. So if Buckeye is, for example, not the place for you, that's totally fine. They have this location in Surprise. They have another location in Surprise. Where else do they have one? I feel like they have another one maybe in Goodyear also, but they have these floor plans surrounded in different areas and in different price points. So let's say the $475 for this house is a little bit too expensive, let me know, and they may have those in a more affordable area somewhere else. Granted, Buckeye is known to be the most affordable, so I would guess that this is probably gonna be your most affordable option, but you never know. So walking in, you have this nice big hallway. On the left-hand side, you have your first bedroom. I love that it has a big bedroom here at the bottom, and this one does have a little ensuite, which is great. The bedroom itself is a little bit smaller, but I feel like it makes up for it with the ensuite. You guys let me know what you think. And then you also have your walk-in closet right here, which is a great size. Across from that, you have your entry into the garage right here on the right. And then you have your half bath. Again, perfect for guests. Here is a little storage area. This is kind of what I was explaining you could add on the other home because this is right off the garage, so you can kind of drop all your stuff in there. Here on the left-hand side, we have our flex space, a true flex room, which is nice. They can add the doors, that some of them are open, just depends on that exact spec that's available. You're also gonna have washer, dryer, fridge, blinds included in any spec that they have available, so that's really great. And again, just less of a cost for you guys, which I prefer. This one does have some censored lights, which is kind of cool. I loved the island on this house whenever I first saw it over in Surprise. It's like a huge square, which is kind of cool and just different than most homes that I see nowadays. Again, electric. This is gonna be the microwave up top. They did the 36-inch upper cabinets on this one, so not as upgraded as the previous plan. And then you also have tons of cabinetry down here. So plenty of space. This one does not have a pull-out trash, I don't think, but you can always add that, of course. Like they have a little cabinet, so you can add a pull-out trash, you can add pull-out drawers, whatever makes most sense for you. Here is walk-in pantry, great size walk-in pantry as well. And then here's a better look at this dining space. My opinion, these chairs are a little too cutting into this space, so I would probably either do a square table here, a circular table, or just not have the end chairs on it. And then you have your living space, which is great. Here you can do a massive sectional, add additional seating as well. This is like a huge coffee table, a little bit unnecessary, so you could definitely add some extra chairs here if seating is really important to you. But let's go ahead and check upstairs. I remember whenever I was looking at this house previously, it had a massive loft. So right when you walk up, you have a huge loft space. This is a massive sectional. This would be perfect for kids, family room, you know, movie room, whatever you guys want. Then you have your laundry room here. This one does have a sink, but still has plenty of storage. Here is closet, linen closet. Tons of space there. Next, you have your next bedroom. So now we're on this is our second bedroom. Plenty of space, a little bit smaller. Here's our bathroom, full bathroom. Coming down here, We're now at our third bedroom. Perfect size walk-in closet. And here is the bedroom. Not as big as the bedrooms in the last house, honestly, but you still have space for nightstands. This is a queen bed. If you wanted to add a dresser, I would say the dresser would probably need to be over here or over there. Coming back into the hall and through to the other side of the loft space, you have your primary bedroom. I like how the primary bedroom's separated as well. Here is the primary, plenty of space. Again, massive chunky nightstands. This is a king bed. I'm guessing it looks a little bit different. I think it's because it doesn't have any side rails. I'm not sure. It just looks a little different than usual, but still really good size. And then you have your dresser across from there as well. Here is your double sinks, storage, which is great. Walk-in shower. This one they did the upgraded package where it has the tile in the bathroom, which is nice. Here is your closet. Keeps going, and wraps around all the way over here. And then you also have your toilet space right here. This community is located in Buckeye, which is a little bit further out. So I wanted to tell you guys a little bit more about the Buckeye area and what you can expect if you decide to move in this area. So it's going to be one of your most affordable options in the West Valley. If you guys want more affordable options in the East Valley, we also can do that. Maricopa is going to be one of those areas. Casa Grande is going to be another one of those areas. And also Santan Valley is another good area if you're looking for the East Valley. If you guys ever have questions on any area, whether it's the area I'm talking about in this video or not, go ahead and reach out to me. My number and email are popping up. I would love to help you guys out. I specialize in all of the Phoenix metro area, basically the hour-and-a-half to 2 hours that it would take for you to go from anywhere in the Phoenix metro. So if you guys ever have questions, again, let me know. I can definitely help you out. Those are going to be your most affordable options. Buckeye, next option up from Buckeye is going to be your Surprise area. They do have these floor plans available in Surprise if you are interested in that area as well. But for Buckeye, you are going to be the furthest west you can pretty much get here at this moment, but you're still going to have options and opportunities for shopping. They're actually building and just built a Costco. So you guys know, if you've been on this channel for a while, Costco, anywhere Costco goes, it's going to increase the value. Your neighborhoods are going to be getting bigger. There's going to be a lot of additional money that's going to be flowing into that community just because, again, the marketing and whatnot that goes into and just like the property acquisition that goes into purchasing Costco's, the people on the back end that figure out where these are going to go, they're extremely smart and they know where to put things that are going to increase and have tons of people moving into that area. So definitely a good spot. They're building tons of other stuff around the Costco. They're going to be building on the north end of that. They're going to be having a Home Goods, a Super Target, a really fancy movie theater, tons of cool restaurants. It's going to be super, super cute right there. South end of the 10 is going to be where the Costco is, and they're building a bunch of stuff. I think they're building an In-N-Out right there, which is super nice. They're building Cane's, all my favorite fast food places. But I'm sure they're going to be building other restaurants and things along those lines as well. That's probably, I don't know, I'm looking at my map on my phone here. That's probably a 10-minute drive if you want to be over in that area, which again, not too bad in regards to driving time. Let's see, actually maybe closer to 15 minutes, 14 minutes to the Costco. But again, not too bad. There's going to be other things that are closer. So you're going to have a Fry's that was just built across the street. That's King Soopers and a lot of other places. That's maybe 2 minutes away. They have a Jersey Mike's right there. They're having a tropical smoothie right there, which is really good if they don't have those where you're from. What else are they going to have? They have a Verizon. It's just being built out. So I would guess in the next year or two, that whole entire shopping area is going to be completely built out. And again, just adding more and more value into these areas, which is great. You're also going to have really close access to the freeway here. You're going to be able to probably get onto the 10 within maybe 10 minutes. It's going to be, again, the furthest west. So if you have family in California, and you want to be able to get there quickly and not have to be all the way on the East Valley, which is going to add an extra hour and a half into your drive, depending on, again, where you are in the East Valley, like Santan, for example, that might even be an hour and 45 minutes. So if you plan to, go to California quite often to visit family and friends and whatnot, or even just want to have access to be able to do that without adding an extra hour and 45 minutes onto the travel, the West Valley is going to be the perfect spot. And even going for as far to say Buckeye would be the closest spot that you could get to. You're also going to want to keep in mind that it's going to be the furthest spot from Phoenix, right? Like if we're talking about central Phoenix, that's going to be in the middle of everything. I know every state works a little bit different, but Phoenix, I'll pop up a map so you guys can see it. It's going to be really central, and it's going to probably take you about 45 minutes to get from the furthest point, especially if we're talking about this specific community. Buckeye is huge. I'll show another picture of exactly how large Buckeye truly is. It can kind of be hard to tell on the map, but I would guess it's probably going to take from the furthest south end of Buckeye to the furthest north end of Buckeye, you're talking about like a 45-minute spread. So it definitely is a large city, and it can be a little bit confusing if you're deciding on where in Buckeye to live. Also, different parts of Buckeye are going to have different vibes. So the north end is like the Verrado area, Sienna Hills. Aurora Sacco is another community over there. Definitely has a different feel than the south end of Buckeye, where we're talking about more affordable options. So keep that in mind as well, but you're going to be about 45 minutes, no traffic, if we're talking about the specific community, to the airport, and that's kind of central Phoenix as well. They're all right next to each other. So 45 minutes to the airport, no traffic. We're talking about an hour and 15 minimum with traffic. So if you're going to be working in downtown Phoenix, just be prepared for that drive. Some of you guys already drive that far now, or even further, depending on the traffic and where you live exactly. But I know I've had clients in the past who've lived in California who've had to drive an hour and 15, sometimes an hour 45 minutes to get to work, which is just insane. But if you don't like driving, that probably wouldn't work for you. But if you are working from home, or maybe you work in Goodyear, or you work in, let's say, another area, like a lot of your warehouse jobs are going to be right along the 303, which is not too far from here at all. So like if you're at Amazon, UPS, if you're working at the TSM chip plant and you don't want to be super close to it because the budget over there is a lot more expensive. You're talking about this home probably 600, 700,000 right next to that plant. You don't mind driving a little bit further, you're not going to have to hit the 10. I don't want to go like too deep into this, guys, but there's a lot that goes into obviously picking your location. So if you do have questions, my number and email are popping up. When we do our Zoom call, I go in super big depth of all these locations, and depending on you and your family, what you're looking for, whether or not this area would even work for you. So whether you're moving in 6 months, if you're moving in less than 6 months, please reach out right away, because we definitely want to have a conversation and just get a game plan together. But I've helped clients. I have 3 clients right now who have reached out to me over a year ago who are actually closing on their homes now. And we have been just working together and collaborating over the last year, talking about different locations that work for them and whatnot. And I feel like it really made their transition and then the process also just a lot easier and less stressful. So sooner the better when you're talking about reaching out.